Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we are going to talk about a new release from Caliray. This little piece of wood that I'm holding in my hand is the Caliray Endless Sunset Face and Eyeshadow Talc-Free Palette. And if you notice or not, I am in just my complexion products, a little bit of a Mercier signature lip done, but that's it because I thought we would just kind of go through and try this out today and do one of my inimitably quick looks. The Caliray Endless Sunset Face and Eyeshadow Palette is $48. It is exactly as it says, a face and eyeshadow palette. All of these shades in here, they say can go from barely there to sexy and sultry. So this can be a day to evening look in a palette. And actually it is, I just called it wood, but specifically it is bamboo. The whole thing is bamboo, so that's not plastic that's made to look like wood. It is actually bamboo, completely sustainable, completely recyclable, and a very, Caliray does have a very California, kind of Malibu-like vibe. I would love to say that it's put on, but it is not. I have lived in California my entire life, Southern California, and it does have a very Southern California feel. It really does achieve that. It's quite genuine. So each of the shades in here can be worn anywhere on the face. I don't know if I'd use any of it for lips, but it certainly can be. So first of all, what we're going to do is in, about the order that I could approximate it, let's take a look at these first of all in two different lightings, but first in studio lighting, take a look there. So we have some shiny eyeshadow shades. We have some shades that can work as bronzers, or in the eyes, or to contour, and then of course a bunch of different shades that can work as cheek and highlight. That's why I don't have anything else on my face. And of course, it is Southern California. I do live in Los Angeles County, so let's take this outside into the warm Southern California sunshine. No place better for Caliray than the Southern California sunshine. Take a look at those same shades. I tried to get the order, as reliably as I could there as to mimic the palette, but I think you aren't confused by what shade is what. Let's go ahead, get my hair out of my face there, and let's put together a quick little look. The first thing I want to do is some bronzing. So I am going to go into both of these bronzing shades, just kind of like that. I don't know which is better. And they do have names, and the names are a little bit racy on some of them, so I'll just put them in the corner there. There's one or two that I know I teased about being embarrassed by NARS shades. Let me do some bronzing here, just really quickly. But these actually do embarrass me. Caliray they have a proclivity for they want to be a little bit shocking. They've done some kind of hypersexualized advertising and things like that. And you know what? Good for them. I'm not a prude, but doesn't mean I don't get a little bit embarrassed. So basically what I've done is I have used those shades just to bronze with, and I think it worked really, really nicely. If I keep that same brush out, let's see if we can go right into this. This just looks like a nice blush shade, probably because it's round, and we tend to associate blush and round. Why am I using the same brush? Because I don't mind. These are all kind of within the same color family, and I think that's kind of the idea. Plus, when you kind of are wearing similar shades or mixing shades a little bit, it really can tie a look together. And I'm putting a little bit of this on my nose too. And I just overdid it just a tad. Not too much though. I mean, I think I'd still go out like that, but I overdid it just a tad for you to be able to see. Same brush. Let's do this shade as a highlight, shall we? Same brush. Why not? Let's see if we can get it to show. Let's see. Let's do a little more just for the camera here. What do you think, guys? That's pretty, isn't it? And we could have used the other, but you have to pick and choose depending on your skin tone too. Let's get that on the nose and above. What do you think? It's really, really pretty. It really is quite pretty. Okay, how about some on the eyes? So I was using a Rephr number 4. Now I'm going to go to one of my favorites, which is a Rephr number 1. And the first thing I'm going to do is go into this shade right here that's a matte shade. Again, I'll put the shade names up for you. Some of them, no joke, are a little bit racy, and some of them are just fine. That's their prerogative, but we run a family show here. Okay, we put that shade on there. Let's go in with the same Rephr number 1 to one of these shades that we used as the bronzer and just kind of darken the outer corner of my eye and a little bit. I see what they mean about barely there to sultry sexy, and I think that's actually really kind of fun. I'm going to take now, switching to a Rephr number 2, and I'm going to go into that smokier bronzer shade. Remember, we mix those when we put them on the face, but now I'm just going to go in there, and then I want to do two things. I want to take this blush shade here with the flat part of the number 2, and I just want to go over the lids a little bit. I really like how natural this looks, and again, as I said earlier, when you are putting the same shade on your lids and your cheeks, and you know, it carries the look throughout, and I think this is quite pretty. It's quite pretty. All right, let's go ahead and go in here. I could use my finger, but we're going to go right into this shade right here. In fact, I think I will use my finger and put it over here. Wow, what a great travel palette, isn't this? This one almost feels like it's got a little bit of a duochrome to it. In fact, I believe it does. Okay, and let me take my brush there so that we can go in here. These are not the creamiest, most accessible shades I've ever worked with. You know, I've worked with dreamier shades, but this is really getting the job done quite quickly, quite efficiently, and I think is looking very, very pretty. Let me get my hair out of my face so that you can see it really, really well. This is kind of a pretty daytime look. And like I said, I'm not going to go crazy and tell you that these are the most dreamy, usable shades, but they're performing quite well. I think they show up very nicely. This is nice and thin. Look at how thin that is there in this bamboo, sustainable bamboo. It will travel well. It won't break. It's nice and secure. Underneath, there's a little sticker over this here. Now, here's something for you guys. I will tell you, I assumed at first that this sticker was a mirror cover, you know, so that the mirror wouldn't feed back. Actually, no, the sticker stays with the palette. There is no mirror under there. I did peel it back to see. So the only thing that this is missing, but I can see that it would make it less sustainable, the bamboo less sustainable, to put the glass on there. But, you know, some people are probably going to wish it had a mirror because, you know, then you could do your makeup kind of on a train. So that's the only thing that makes this a little bit less portable, but the colors are very pretty. As you can see, I absolutely see that it can go from, you know, sun up to sundown. But, you know, and I like I said, I guess that mirror would make it less sustainable, wouldn't it? Somebody who knows more than me can comment on that. But that is a little bit, I wish there was something in there where you could see yourself, because you could, you know, then it would be throw it in your bag and do your makeup on the way to work if you in a city that takes public transportation. So that's the only thing, and I could do without the shade names. Most of these shade names are fine: Hot Cheeks and Ring Light, Smolder, but some of them are a little bit too racy. I'm not that much of a prude. I just don't want YouTube to demonetize me. All right, well, tell me what you think. Would the lack of a mirror just make you happy because it adds to the sustainability, or has it just taken something and made it not as useful? If I didn't mention, let me make sure I do, it is $48. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck for $48. You can throw a lip gloss in with this and you're ready to go. But you got to provide your own mirror separately. Tell me what you think of that. That's what makes us a community. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Hey, if you haven't already done so, make sure that you subscribe to this channel so we can keep growing, and go ahead and give me a hello and a follow on Instagram and on TikTok too. You can become a bigger part of this channel if you'd like to by giving super thanks, as so many have, or by becoming a member for the little extra perks. But any way that you choose to be here, I'm just happy to see you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.